Hello and welcome to Living with the Landspeeder, where we StarWarsify Disney parks one attraction at a time. I'm your host, Ryan, joined by my good pal, Katrin, and my other good pal, Derek.
I know that guy.
And tonight we have a very special guest. We flew through the galaxy together. We fought off the First Order. We went on the Starcruiser together. In other words. Scott, thank you for being here. I know what you're doing.
Thank you. Yes, long-time listener, first-time caller.
It's so great to see you again. It's been a while. I guess October. We saw each other in October.
Yeah, HelsiCon. So.
Yeah, HelsiCon, and hopefully we'll be there seeing each other again.
Do hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, because you live. This is our first guest from Alaska.
Wow.
Yeah, right? Imagine that.
That's like other side of the world.
I'm
3 hours.
HelsiCon attendee from Alaska, so
that's awesome.
It's very cool. Yeah. So now we didn't need a map and be like, okay, where's all our guests coming from?
Yeah.
Because now we've got the hard one out of the way.
Yeah, represent.
Yeah,
I can get us Hawaii, no problem. I got that. Oh, we're going to Hawaii. Is that what you said?
We're going to Hawaii. Oh, good.
No.
I know a travel agent that can book that for you.
Oh.
But tonight we are going to, since it's the romantic time of the year, Valentine's
anniversary
is approaching.
Oh, your anniversary, is that what you said? Yeah, next week.
Oh,
nice. Yeah, we got married on the 12th, so we never had to worry about celebrating Valentine's Day.
Well, there you go.
Perfect. Fantastic.
Yeah. And it's a Super Bowl this weekend, so that's another romantic time, I guess.
I'm not watching this year.
Well, they do. The refs do love Patrick Mahomes, so there is a love affair there.
Yep,
so.
Sure is.
Yep. And he wears red or whatever color that is.
Yeah,
it's
red.
Yeah. Red and yellow.
Very
Ronald McDonald colors. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're big. Well, I mean, yeah, you guys are big football guys.
I'm a huge football fan.
Yeah,
just out of this one.
Yeah, there's nobody in it for you to watch.
It's not even that.
Oh.
I'm not watching another repeat, and I'm not watching cameras pan to our friend.
Oh yeah,
everybody's friend. So
everybody's friend.
We're good. I made a TikTok the other day and went super viral so much that I had to take it down because I had some threats made.
Oh,
it was fun. So not going to go after that crowd today.
Sorry about that. I mean, I didn't mean to be that mean.
We love Taylor Swift fans.
Yes, we love them. Disclaimer.
But tonight we thought we would go to France because what's more romantic than Paris?
Paris in Orlando, Florida.
We're going to be StarWarsifying Ratatouille. Remy's Ratatouille Adventure.
Yeah.
Very long title for but it's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, Scott wanted to do this a while back, and I'm like, we're going to get you on, I promise. And then stuff kept coming up, and then we were like, what's the perfect time to do it? Valentine's Day. Why? Because when you think of Valentine's Day, you think of rats cooking your food for some reason. But anyway. But before we do that, we got some news. We got a handful of things to do. All this technology, and we still use the mouth trumpet to
it's the best part. It's what people look forward to. They told me
it's better than the Bronx cheer. Only one person got that? Really? You guys.
All right, so Katrin, you got any news for us?
I don't. No, I don't.
Okay, let's move on.
I thought it was very interesting. We were talking about this earlier that the Astro Orbiter has just disappeared off the map. It seems.
I had no idea.
What happened to it. Some of the structure is still there on top of that building, but there are no rockets or anything. It was being closed for refurbishment, but usually that just means touch up on the paint, oil the gears, but they're gone.
Yeah, usually when something's going down, like there's like everybody and their mom is like reporting on it and talking about it.
Oh, there was one thing that everybody's reporting on that's going to be done soon. It's tough to be a bug.
Oh, I guess we're moving on.
I got bored with it.
I was just going to say that I have actually never been on the
Astro Orbiter. I have never either.
I've been in line for it many times, and I've gotten bored of waiting, and I've left the line because you have to wait for the elevator to get to the top, and it just takes for freaking ever.
And it's hot.
And it's
but
hot.
That's what I hear.
I did it when I was a kid, but then also I did it a few times during an after hours party. And that's the way to go because I was the only one on it.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it's nighttime.
Yeah.
And,
it was kind of creepy though, because like I'm up there by myself. I'm like, and then you're looking down Main Street and there's no one there. So that was wild.
Yeah, that's cool. It's different than the one at Disneyland, though, right? Isn't there one there that's not with an elevator?
Yeah.
So I think it doesn't get news because nobody really cares. But you'd think people would be excited. It's like, oh, what are they going to do with it? What's going to happen? But no, it's like, oh, it's gone.
Are you going to get rid of the elevator and just put a big ramp or something? Probably not.
No, they're probably just redoing the cars and maybe they'll have laser. Maybe they're StarWarsifying it. Who knows?
There you go. You guys haven't done that attraction yet, have you?
Yeah,
I thought very forgettable.
Did we not?
We'll wait for it to come back, and then we'll do a big grand.
They could just put a big helmet right there.
Exactly, it needs to have a helmet. And
So Tough to Be the Bug is going away.
I guess we're moving on.
Yeah,
of course we are.
It's going away March
17th, St. Patrick's Day, the day before my birthday.
Oh.
It's here. See, I love that attraction because every time you're in there, kids are crying, and I think that's hilarious. I love it. Like,
I was on Main Street Electrical podcast, our friends, this week, and we talked about it. And one of their hosts, Jen, hates it, so she's glad it's going away. And I talked about how it's sort of a letdown because you wait in this long line that winds in and down the tree, and then you get there, and it's just like,
what?
It is what it is.
What are you talking about? It gives you a chance to look at the tree of life, and then
I like that part. But I'm saying what I'm saying is the line getting to the ride is better than the attraction that's there.
Oh, I love it. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
I've always enjoyed it. I like the shows.
What's going to happen with Zootopia, though?
I have a feeling they're going to use some of the same effects since they're already in there.
Well, it's such a quick turnaround too.
Something crawling underneath you, something poking you in the back, something falling from the ceiling.
Yeah,
there you go.
It's set to open in the winter, which we don't know what that means. Could be December 31st, but it's this year in the winter, I think is what they've said. But that seems kind of quick for a turnaround for them. But
I heard one of the songs for it.
Oh,
really?
Is it dun 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 dun?
Was it Shakira again?
No, it's Judy Hopps singing.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah, it's the girl from
Once Upon a Time. Yeah. So she's singing a song in it.
I saw a preview, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah, it wasn't that good.
Thanks. I have nothing to look forward to.
Yeah, sorry. The song it didn't do anything for me.
Spoiler.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right. Well, I guess we're moving on.
I like Zootopia, so I hope it's fun and good. Because it'd be cool to have something Zootopian in the parks. I mean, they have it in overseas. They have a whole Zootopia land that's like so cool looking. So we'll see. I'm sure it'll be fun. It'll be funny. Good for the kids. Probably won't terrify them like this one, unless they go that route and they're like,
that'd be awesome.
Rabbit.
I'm all for it. 2 thumbs way up from Derek.
As long as they have outside of it a cart that sells those popsicles.
Oh, that'd be great.
If they don't, they're missing out, right? That seems easy enough.
They would sell a ton of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pawsicles is what they call them.
Yeah, and they have to have a giant one. One giant one.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
That would be great.
Cool. Is there
Any other news?
I don't think there is.
The new Bad Batch book got revealed.
Yeah.
Star Wars Sanctuary.
Oh.
So that should be fun if you like the books.
If you know how to
So
read.
what time period, like compared to the show, like is it before, after? What's
It's during.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh,
No. It's set during the events of season 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they're all still. Nobody's dead yet. That's good.
Yeah. Okay.
Spoiler.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. There we go. And then some weird, sad news. I guess you would call it that. It was revealed what's happening to our beloved Starcruiser. It's turning into office space for Imagineers, which I'm glad they're doing something with it.
Sure.
Yeah.
That it's not just going to sit there empty and rot like Wonders of Life, for example. I was hoping it would be something more, but it is what it is.
But what if if it's Imagineers, what if they're also using it for like content and having it as a video and photo studio? And I think there could be some really great things that happen in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I've heard some people speculate about that if Imagineers are in there, that maybe they're going to use some of that space to try out some of their ideas.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
I think
I
it's
just
cool.
like the idea of D309 being in each of their little offices. And so D309, can you design a new roller coaster for me?
Yeah, I think they should just leave the rooms like take the bed out, but leave the bunks.
Yeah,
leave the viewing port as their computer screen, and then you can have D3 sitting there talking to them. And then when they want to nap, they just go in the bunks. It is funny that they're taking all their Imagineers and sticking them in a windowless box.
it has a.
I like that though. Like all my studios, like no windows.
Hey, go take your lunch in the climate simulator.
Yeah. That's that's probably gonna be their smoke where they can go take a smoke.
Yeah, they can go try to move things with the Force, and they can play the games. And I mean, you look at places that make video games or do things creative. They've got video games they could play and creative things that they can do to help spark things in their mind. So I think it is part of it. I think you're right. I think they get to test things out and do things that help spark that imagination and possibly build things in there, and they don't have windows. So that's like, nobody's really going to see inside of it. It's like they can do some secret stuff.
Right. So. And let them enjoy the space they create.
That'd be really cool to work there.
That would be great. Yeah.
So I guess how do we become Imagineers is what we need to figure out.
Right. Yeah.
So I've been asking that. You know what? I did just finish 2 books. I finished Bob Weiss book, whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm.
I finished his book, and I also finished Marty Sklar's book in the last week. And there's some actually pretty valuable info if you want to become an Imagineer.
Cool.
So what did y'all think of the beds there since you guys stayed on the Halcyon? Did you sleep in one of those bunk beds, or did you sleep on the floor?
I slept in the bunk bed.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've been on 3 times. 2 times I had the main bed, and then the 3rd time I had the little hideaway bed that folds down from the wall, and each time it was pretty good. Yeah.
Well, good. Yeah.
I did get sick there the last night. So being like when I have those episodes, I get like really dizzy and nauseous. So I was on the top bunk. So trying to get off that without killing myself was fun.
Well, that's when Ryan was one of my roommates, and so we were all kind of worried, like, "Hey, where's Ryan?" And Ryan actually ended up spending the next night in my condo bed.
Yeah, because I went to talk to the people at Disney, or the people there, about that I was sick. Is there somebody that I could see or something? And they were like, we don't know what to do. Because I was supposed to check in another hotel. I was like, can I just move over? And they're like, yeah, there's nothing, you can't. So Scott saved the day, literally.
Way to go, Scott. Did you, let's just more on the Halcyon though, did you have any favorite parts of that experience that I don't know, you really missed or just really enjoyed?
So for me, kind of interesting, and people have asked me that. I really enjoyed the lightsaber experience. My persona and kind of what I identify with, and when I decided to cosplay, I went Jedi, so I cosplay as a conflicted a Jedi, kind of like a maybe close to like a Darth Revan character.
Oh, well, okay, never mind. I gave you a thumbs down. I apologize. I'm sorry. I've got a Darth Revan tattoo.
Oh, my man. Nice.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. I spoke too soon. The Sith side came out of me.
But here's the interesting thing. So I'm an introvert, but interestingly enough, the thing that I've taken away from the Starcruiser that's been most valuable to me has been the community and the people. And it's interesting. So, me as an introvert, I do most things by myself, but the best thing that I've heard about people say is that we may have lost the Starcruiser, but we've gained the Starcruiser community, and that community has just been just amazing. And HalcyCon last year was fantastic, and I think it's going to even be better this year. So it's quite wonderful.
I think that's an interesting thing about conventions and things like that is it's a lot of geeks are introverts, right? And it's their opportunity to go play in this world or whatever and be whatever they want to be at like at a con, in cosplay, and nobody cares how weird they look or whatever. It's fun, and it's I don't know, you just get to be somebody else and not be so much of an introvert, maybe, if because you're with your people. You're right, and that's the hardest part sometimes, is being around people that aren't your people, and that's why we become introverts a lot of times, right? So
that was a really cool thing about the experience, because I'm an introvert, and going on there, everybody was in, especially we were on the May 3rd, like May 4th voyage. So going on there, everybody was in costume. So everybody was coming up to everybody, like saying, "Oh, I like her, I like this, I like that. Let's talk and let's get to know each other." So it was very welcoming. And then having the cast of characters that were on board, the actors and stuff that were walking around and making sure, to the best of their ability, to get everybody involved. Like,
it's great. If
they saw people just standing alone, they would be like, "Hey, come, I need you to go on a mission for me," and they would give them something to do. And so it was just a fantastic experience that hopefully will come back in some form. It won't be the Starcruiser, but
the Josh Tomorrow something will happen thing.
Something will happen in offices. That's what it will.
Maybe they're buying Mosh Isley or something. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah. And the Sweet Mate Finder was great. So and that's how I met Ryan. So I went 3 times. All 3 times I got a split a room with people that I didn't know, with strangers, and it worked out great all 3 times. And now friends for
it was like summer camp for adults. Pretty much. Yeah.
Fantasy camp.
Yes. Well,
wrestling, fantasy camp, football. Let's go. Moving on.
I think is that all the news? That's all the news, right?
That's probably the exciting news.
Yeah, time to jump in.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's do it.
Derek, you said that you have.
Well, again, we're going to EPCOT, right, to talk about France.
Oh yeah, sorry, going to EPCOT to talk about Remy's Ratatouille adventure, which is in France Pavilion in the World Showcase. So it's Paris, basically.
Yeah,
you have the Eiffel Tower in the background. The ride. The attractions facade looks like the restaurant from the
Gusteau's or whatever.
Gusteau's. And then basically it shrinks you down to the size of a rat.
Squeeze your head.
Which is cool. Has everybody been on it?
Yes.
Yeah. It's the effects, how they do it is, I did not care for the ride. Simply because it made me really nauseous. That's the only reason. But the effects of them shrinking you down, where everything gradually gets bigger around you, I thought was very cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
I wish they would take the 3D away at this point. Doesn't need it. Just make it the normal thing. But other than that, I love it. I think it's an amazing attraction.
Yeah, I just didn't like it because it made me so sick, and it made my wife sick too. So we both came off of it going, do you feel okay? I'm like, no. Do you feel okay? No. So that's the only time we've been on because we got so sick afterwards.
Does that happen to you on Ryan with other 3D rides, or was it just that one?
That one and the Guardians ride I cannot do.
Okay.
It made me even worse. Flight of Passage doesn't affect me.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think it's the spinning that really gets me. So in Ratatouille, it spins, and then in Guardians it sort of spins.
But also the screens probably mixed with that. Because like Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, you don't probably, right? You're fine on that one.
So like Flight of Passage, you're sitting sort of pretty much still facing forward. There's no spinning around.
That's true.
Spinning's what I can't do teacups. It's the spinning that always gets me.
Then you might hate my StarWarsify version here that I do.
Oh, look out.
To spin a bunch. Oh, no.
A bunch, but you'll see.
Well, I'm excited.
Derek, do you want to go first tonight? No?
Yeah, I mean, I can. I just don't want to potentially take anyone's, But I'm whatever. We'll just dive in. So
do it.
So just in case Scott has it, he probably has a better idea.
I just did it because you're on my screen. You're at the top left. So I just
all right, why not?
Our screens, yes.
Cool. So in case we do have similar ideas, it's totally fine. Everybody's always better than mine, anyways. Except for the Beauty and the Beast. So mine, I went the obvious route, and you are going to be on the Death Star. Yes. And as you're walking through the Death Star, the queue is really great. The queue is like the Imperial briefing room, and you're going through, and there's displays showing all the schematics, and there's some propaganda videos playing. You got to keep your stormtroopers charged up. That's why I got my always wear a helmet shirt on today. And the whole time you're going, you're kind of getting in that feel of the Empire and how great the Empire is, but then you shrink down to the size of a mouse droid. And you become a mouse droid, and instead of a Parisian kitchen, now you're going to be riding around as a small little mouse droid, and in there you're going to be part of a special task force that is tasked with maintaining order and efficiency within the Death Star. But as you start to go, there is an attack that is happening by a rebel group that comes on there. So you're doing everything you can. You're going underneath different walls and going through different rooms that you can't access as a stormtrooper because you're too big. And the further you get into it, you start seeing more battle scenes, and you start seeing lightsabers. And then you get into one room, and up there is Darth Vader's his chamber. Yeah. So you see it. He's not in there yet. He's already out, but you're in there, and it opens up, and then all kinds of smoke comes in, and you see Darth Vader walk in behind you. So is this Death Star 1 or Death Star 2? So it does leave a little bit of mystery of when you're on the Death Star. Because I did say you saw lightsabers, you saw some fights, you saw some battles. So that's kind of the question, and it's a little bit of a mystery as to when it is in the timeline. But the things that will be really neat, though, is that you're going to be able to feel different pressurized cabins, and you're going to see the rooms that are going to have like TIE fighters and a lot like kind of like Rise of the Resistance, but more Death Star like. And then finally, after you see Darth Vader, you run out of the room or scurry out of the room as the mouse droid, and then you get back into the bay area, and you get onto a ship, and that's how you make your exit.
Awesome.
Okay.
So, detective work here. What color lightsabers will you be seeing?
Ooh, I'm glad you asked. They were ones that can change color because we got them at IM.
No, that's not what. You got them at IM Geek Shop on Etsy? That's not what I was going for, but
I know
trying to figure out which. Yeah,
there was a green lightsaber.
Oh well, then I think I know what Death Star was.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. That gives it away. See.
What would be kind of cool too is if the trash room was in there as well, maybe, and it's like squishing in, and you're just like getting out of there or something, you know?
Sure. Yeah,
like, we could totally add that in there.
Yes.
I'd love to go through the cafeteria, and we see all the stormtroopers lunch.
Yes. We saw some of that like in Mandalorian. It wasn't stormtroopers, right? But it was those guards, and they're in that big lunchroom area.
Yeah.
But we don't really see them ever eat lunch as stormtroopers. Except for maybe when Saturday Night Live has the Matt from maintenance or whatever. The undercover boss, I guess.
Radar technician.
Radar technician, that's what it was, yeah.
I like it though.
Like it. I love it.
What's would you have a name for it? Or
Shrink to the mouse droid on your Death Star experience.
There you go.
And then when you exit the ride, there's a wonderful shop where you can buy your Kyber crystals from IMD.
Yes. Of course. Why not? Only red ones though, because it's on the Death Star. So.
No.
Why limit yourself? Come on,
look,
man.
and I don't know if you noticed, but there was a little hint in the background of what it was.
Oh, the red and the green.
Except they've been red and green.
Yeah, it was
always red and green.
Christmas.
No, it wasn't that sneaky.
I'm not that organized.
They've always been there.
All right, Scott? Do you want to go, or do you want?
Sure. Yeah, I can go. And there are some similarities there. So Derek's idea of using the mouse droid, mine has multiple aspects though, so it's not completely duplicated.
Cool.
So in the Star Wars world, there's one person that doesn't get nearly enough credit and attention that he should, and that person is John Williams. So this is a combination of mouse droid and seeing various scenes, along with an experiencing the John Williams Star Wars music scores as we go through the ride.
Oh, cool!
So therefore, my ride, since Remy's Ratatouille adventure is a little clunky, my name is John Williams is a Music God Experience.
Nice.
Also known as JWMGE, which rolls off the tongue. It rolls like butter. Yeah. So as you approach the ride, the sign over the entrance says it all started with a mouse, but mouse is MSE, of course, and being the mouse droid. So as you go through the ride queue, the walls all have pictures and video of John Williams composing and then directing orchestras playing Star Wars scores. And so you hear the music as you go through the ride queue that prepares you, get you in the mood for what you're going to have on the ride. As you're boarding the vehicles in the ride boarding. So yes, they are the mouse droids, and as a trackless vehicle. And of course, as you're boarding, you hear all the mouse droid sounds. You hear the dan 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 dan.
Yes.
Okay, so the concept overall of the ride is this mouse droid is going to zip you through rooms that are full of iconic Star Wars scenes matched with top John Williams scores. And there's lots of Easter eggs and a sight and sound extravaganza. So where Remy, as you'd said, Ryan, is a 4D experience with 3D glasses mixed in with real-life special effects. Well, that's not good enough for living with the Landspeeder. So we're going to step it up a notch. So JWMGE is going to step it up a notch. And so we're going to have all of that, plus augmented reality goggles with headsets. You can fully appreciate the masterful John Williams music perfection. Each room is going to fully immerse you in the scene 360 degrees around you and every direction that you look with the AR goggles. And so there'll be a different viewpoint to seeing these movie scenes, but from the mouse droid from down on the floor as he zips around and under objects and scene characters. So as after boarding, you enter a black tunnel and there's silence. In film history, there is no better movie introduction ever than Star Wars. You have the 20th Century Fox intro, and then there's silence. You have a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, and then there's the explosion explosion of sound and music with the main Star Wars theme. I mean, it is just it gives me chills every time I go to a movie and I see that. So you have the main Star Wars theme, and you have an opening crawl as the mouse droid drives along and brings you into the ride, just introducing you to what you're seeing there. And the crawl text will be a tribute to John Williams as well. So the very first, right off the bat, Tantive 4, the starship appears just like as we were initially introduced to Star Wars. And Tantive 4 is under fire. And very quickly, the mouse droid, we zip inside Tantive 4 and right into the hallway. So for a moment, the hallway is dark. You hear Vader's breath. And then he ignites the red saber, and immediately you're seeing the Vader Rogue One and into the New Hope, the opening rampage, and you're getting fully immersed. So the mouse droid is going to swirl around Vader on his feet as he rampages and attacks. You're going to see him rage from the front, from the rear, and of course, what do you hear? The Imperial March. There's no better way to start. All right, so then Vader force pushes your mouse droid, you slide to the side and right into the next room, where you find that you are in the Mos Eisley Cantina, of course, and we hear the cantina music. Dun, 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 dun. So the mouse droid zips around tables, under the bar and patrons' legs, and as an Easter egg, you see B. Arthur behind the bar. Of course. Watch Obi-Wan cut off the alien drunkard's arm, and then after a few more zips around the room, you watch Han shoot first and kill Greedo. All right, so next you slide into, and you're in Cloud City, and you zip and you find that you're on the platform where you immediately see, "I love you, I know." So since we're talking romance here, so there you go. There's your Star Wars. No more romantic scene in all of Star Wars right there. And you see Han come up in a case in carbonite, and then as we continue, suddenly we're on the platform over the chasm at the end of Strikes Back with Luke and the Vader, their fight, and you hear, "Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. He told me enough. He told me you killed him. No, I am your father." And immediately, I mean, you can hear the John Williams score right there, right? So you hear the swell, the drama to emphasize the shock, the modified Imperial March there. All right, next we slide into the Naboo hangar right as you see Darth Maul ignite his double-bladed lightsaber for the first time. And didn't we all freak out the first time we saw that? I mean, the whole theater just went nuts. So you see him ignite the double-bladed lightsaber, and what do we hear? The Duel of Fates. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, it's awesome. So we see the abbreviated fight between Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, and we exit just as Obi-Wan cuts Maul in half, of course. Yeah. So then we find ourselves in the Geonosis arena, staring right at Jango Fett's head.
Of course.
So the droid army is attacking the Jedi all around you, and you see the lightsabers flashing, and we hear the somber John Williams music score just as Boba picks up Jango's helmet. All right, then we go on, and suddenly you're in a Lego Star Wars video game, and it's an immersive experience all around you. You're doing kind of like Derek. You're zipping through the Death Star, through hallways and catwalks. You slide down a collapsed catwalk to a lower level. You're bumping into things, and of course, every time you bump into something or crash through an object, it explodes into Lego Studs currency. So you hear the bling bling and the crashing sound effect. That's like every Lego Star Wars video game. And what's the music? Well, it is everybody's favorite John Williams song, "Everything is Awesome." Of course. All right. Then as you slide into the next room, every ride needs a jump scare. So we have the Chewie growl from A New Hope when he growls at the mountain he's right in your face. And roar! And then just like in the scene, your mouse droid's going to wah! And back up and scurry out. Then we come to the best Star Wars scene of this millennium, and that is Mandalorian Season 2 finale with the Luke rampage through the Dark Troopers, and the sparks are flying around you as Luke rips through the Dark Troopers. Then we go into the next room and we see Dark Helmet playing with his dolls from Space. Just as Colonel Sanders comes in and did you see anything? No, sir, I didn't see you playing with your dolls again.
Gotta have the Easter egg.
Sets us up that we go into the next room and we see Ryan making his I Am Geek Kyber. All around Ryan, we have Ewoks that are dancing and saying "yup." Bring it to a conclusion. All right, so then we exit the ride, and as we come back to the boarding area, of course, we hear the main Star Wars conclusion theme, all reminding us just how great John Williams is. And as you exit the ride, you go into the gift shop where, of course, you can purchase your I Am Geek mouse droid kyber crystals.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh.
Right, so there you go.
Get on that.
Previously unreleased.
All right. So welcome to the John Williams as a music god experience.
That's awesome.
Fantastic.
I like this. I love it so much.
So has anyone else done the Star Wars symphonies?
I don't think
so. When I was still in Nashville, they tour around, and
yeah.
They bring they do Star Wars live with a symphony.
Oh yeah,
and I watched New Hope and Empire. Oh
That's
my
cool.
gosh!
I haven't done that.
Oh man, when it first started, and the gong hits, as Vader comes through, I'm like bawling. I am just in tears, and I'm like, I don't even care. I don't care that I'm a grown man crying at the symphony at Star Wars, and then I look around like every
yes,
yeah,
I can imagine. Yeah,
all the lightsabers ignited, and man, that was the best.
Yeah, just to marry up Lucas with John Williams and Star Wars, and they have influences from these other directors. Oh yeah, just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, music's what brings it all together, and and just changes everything. I mean, if you watch a scene that doesn't have music, you get one feeling, but then when you hear the music, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm scared, or I'm nervous, I'm crying, or whatever, and you don't feel that until you have the music. So I think that would probably be my favorite ride at EPCOT. I like it a lot. I love it a lot.
I'm surprised we've never gone down that route. So nice job, really nice,
great job.
Yeah,
Katrin, I don't know if we can add to this at all. Now.
Yeah, you might as well. All right, well, it's been a nice night.
We might as well close it out. Yeah.
Thanks going, yeah. All right.
No, that was great.
It was really great.
Katrin, do you have something for us?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, go
it's
now.
So goofy. It's so goofy. I have two, but I'll
I wonder what.
I'll do the first one that I was going to go with anyways, because I wanted to come up with something that nobody else would come up with, because I was like, this, what are the small things in Star Wars, and I was like, a mouse droid, that'd be awesome. A droid of some sort. And then it hit me. What if it was a gonk droid that you had to get in?
They had to get in?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's the gonk. Hold on. I wrote it down.
I don't know if you're going anywhere very fast with it.
You're not. And that's the really wacky thing about
slow ride.
It's a Jawa junkyard escape. Is the idea. So you start out and you get into the gonk droid, and then there's really no story at the beginning except that you're just kind of wandering around, I guess, and then you get captured by the Jawas and they throw you into the sand crawler, and there's all these droid parts around as you're kind of going through, and you see where they're putting droids together, and you kind of go in and out of these things. But the whole thing, your ride is gonk, gonk, gonk. It makes the noises and everything, and it's going side to side, probably making Ryan sick as anything. And it makes the noises, which is the best part. But
yep.
But the idea is that you're trying to escape through the junkyard or the sand crawler. Maybe at some point you're thrown out of the sand crawler and they're trying to sell you or something. You're at this market and you're trying to escape through the market, and you're gong 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 and try to get out. The ghost, I was thinking, could be like a force ghost of Obi-Wan. It's like, we need you to go through, and take these plans or something. I don't know, and then Luke's at the end, and kind of like when you see the guy from Remy's, like he's looking under, he's like, I'm gonna help you come through, and instead it's Luke, and he's there because you see him, buying the the power converters or whatever, he's buying the motivators and all that. So he's trying to help you get out, and somehow you escape in the wonk 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 wonk. So gong gong gong. You throw up. So that's it. It's
Ryan throws up.
It's there's all sorts of possibilities with the gonk droid, but
yeah,
I love it.
So if you're in the Sandcrawler, I think you should have a little part where you get sucked up into the vacuum tube.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, get sucked up in it so the ride feels like it's going up or whatever. Yeah. You see the screens or something. Yeah, I like it.
You see your feet kicking.
I think it'd be cool though, going through. Yeah, you go upside down and it's like, oh, you see the feet. Because that's what I was thinking of was the press, the thing.
Yeah,
pressing his feet. It's like, what is it even doing? But it's like, and you're just like, oh,
turning the droid's feet and he's screaming.
Yeah. But going through the junkyard or in the Sandcrawler or something like that you see maybe all sorts of just Easter eggs through there, like maybe a battle droid head or something like that. Just different parts from different movies that you'd see in there. So
as long as the gift shop has like gonk slippers, you could buy.
Yeah, everything gonk.
I would totally wear some gonk slippers.
Slippers.
When you step, they go gonk 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 gonk.
I love it.
Well, so far we have had 3 great ones that involve droids, so let's keep it going. Sort of. I was thinking of something
the size of work done and go inside R2-D2.
I've entitled this one "Race for the Droids."
Ooh,
so there will be droids involved, but when you think of romance,
in
Star
I
Wars,
do with droids.
There's only one species that you could think of, and, right? Everybody, it's on the tip of their tongues. The Anzellans, woohoo!
Yeah.
Hey! Hey!
So Paris, France has been turned into Navarro City. That is where we're going to be at, and we are going to shrink down to the size of an Anzellan. If you're listening, you're like, "What's an Anzellan?" Baba Frick.
I've got one up here.
Yeah, that would be an Anzellan, or an Anzellan's the one that helped build the Starcruiser. There's one right there. Yeah. Visual aid.
It's somewhere. One more.
Hey, there he is. Hey. So you shrink down to the size of an Anzellan as you race through Navarro City to try and save a group of droids from Jawa scrappers that have appeared on the scene that are trying to take the droids and scrap them out for parts. But as an Anzellan, you want to, save the droids and make sure they don't get scrapped for parts. So you're going to race through the city streets, through the old Mandalorian covert. You're going to even brave the lava river to save the droid. So you're going to be like the size of an Anzellan. So you're going to see them running all over the place. You're going to be in your little cart thing trying to chase after the Jawas. So you'll be encountering Jawas. I was going back and forth. Like, should everybody be Anzellans, or should it be like a dual track thing where you can either go on the Anzellan side or the Jawa side? So you're battling out, and then at the end, depending on what happens, either the droids get saved or they get scrapped. So that could be repeat business there. But sort of like on the Cars land ride where they're racing, and you never know which side's going to win. But so it's still going to be that sort of ride that will have the 4D stuff with the big screens and
40.
40 and the practical effects and everything. But I just thought it would be funny to have a ride that's basically geared toward the Anzellans and the Jawas.
Yeah,
love it.
Racing through, and they're Anzellan's tiny, just like a mouse.
They're very tiny.
Yeah,
this small,
like a rat. You mean
like a rat? But along the way, you will encounter Grief Kargan. I'm sure Grogu will be in there trying to give you a big hug, and the Mandalorian will probably make an appearance. somewhere in the ride. Maybe the Mandalorian will be the guy that lifts something up so you can go in underneath it, like on Ratatouille.
And Ryan, what species was the captain, the original captain of the Starcruiser?
Anzellan.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nice.
His name was Shug.
Knight.
Yeah. I always want to say Shug Knight.
No, not that guy.
And his door was on the ship. You could go visit his door.
That's right.
You could knock, but he would never answer.
Oh.
But yeah, so there we go. So that's it's funny. We had 4 droid rides, but they were all different.
Droid rides. Droid is debatable. So I did have another idea that I think would be actually really good. I just wasn't sure if anybody else would take it, but it was the scene from Force Awakens with BB-8 through the market there. And cool. Like you get captured with a net, so this thing falls on you, and people are trying to pick you up, and then you can get on a speeder. It's like there's all these cool things that could happen if you wanted just to reenact that scene, have some different characters in there that you don't normally. Well, I guess you see in Batu, but
that'd be cool too.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. And the BB-8 droid would be cool to have a vehicle in, and it'd probably spin around too. In fact, it does. That's how it moves.
Yep.
So, would you be inside like a big gerbil ball, like a BB-8 gerbil ball?
You had to make it go.
It's trackless.
You're like the Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So, not to put you on the spot, Scott, but you said that you've listened to our show.
Don't even put me on the spot. I don't remember.
No, I was just gonna say, do you have a favorite attraction that was StarWarsified that we've done?
I don't know. I'd have to go back and re-listen to episodes.
I was just listening to be nice. Huh?
It's just fun.
He likes them all.
Whether it's living with the Landspeeder or I Am Geek.
Well, cool. Well, thanks again for coming on. I'm trying to think if we got anything else. Anything else?
Man,
I think we're good, right?
Yeah.
What time is it in Alaska right now?
So it is 7:30 at night.
Oh, that'd be so nice.
Now, are you in the time of the year where there's any daylight at all, or is it dark all the time, or what's?
People ask that all the time. So I'm in the Anchorage area, and the shortest day of the year on December 21st, we get 5 hours of sunlight, which isn't too bad.
That's not bad. Yeah.
So you have to go further up above the Arctic Circle to get to that.
There you go.
Well, cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's not bad. So believe it or not, we are actually having a very mild winter because what always happens is if we're socked in up here, you have beautiful weather down there. So because Ryan, you took all our snow down there in Houston, we're actually having a great mild winter up here.
Well, there we go. The kids loved it down here.
Yeah,
we haven't gotten any snow this year in Iowa.
Oh, wow.
And I'm okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Oh, I guess we took it all.
You can have it. I am.
Kids loved it.
I'm ready to move further south again. I'm ready.
Well, cool. Thank you again, Scott, for coming on. You're welcome anytime. And I hope to see you in October, I guess.
Yeah, thank you as well. I look forward to that.
Yeah. And thank you for listening and watching and subscribing. If you haven't subscribed on YouTube, subscribe.
Yeah, what are you waiting on?
Yeah. Leave us a review on Apple. What else? And comment. We love to hear comments. If you got an idea, let us know.
Bring it on.
Bring it on.
Yep.
And of course, if you need any kyber crystals, I'm Geek Shop. Oops, I just did something there. And if you need travel, I'm a travel agent now, so I can help you out with that. Get you on a geeky adventure, or take you to Disney World or cruises. Or
how do they find you?
They can email me at ryan@uponastartravel.com. And I'll help you plan your perfect trip. And usually it won't cost you anything.
He'll even help you plan your not so perfect trip.
Wait, Ryan, you're saying I can get free vacations?
No, like my services don't cost you.
No. I heard you're giving away free vacations. That's what I heard.
Jen, this one's on you.
Woo! Well, I guess I'm not a travel agent anymore, so
It's fun while it lasts.
But anyways, and we got new stuff coming to I'm Geek Shop. So if you're a fan of stuff besides Star Wars, there may be something coming. So because Epic Universe will be opening soon.
I was thinking about that. So if I see you at HalseyCon 2, then yeah, we can do Epic.
Well. I know. That's going to be fun because we're going to be over there by it. So
yeah,
maybe an Epic trip instead of a Disney trip.
Oh, I'm going to do both.
Yeah, I'll probably do. All right, but thanks for listening. Next week will be I Am Geek, and then we'll be back here the next week where Derek has something special for us.
Wow.
I'll live it to Landspeeder.
Big one. You're gonna want to see it.
You got to tune in.
What?
Cater doesn't even know.
I didn't even know.
Oh my goodness! It's
hold on tight.
It's crazy. But you got to tune in.
A good one.
You got to tune in. So we'll see you next time on Living with the Landspeeder. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.